This is no place to loaf around.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice? There is no escape, detestable!
Fire! Well,
Now you shall perish!
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
delved into destiny, written in the stars.
Illusion shock!
Yeah.
The Tsarita's benevolence has no place for transgressors!
Feeling lucky? A proper send-off from the
Mind the side effects.
Hiya!
There is no escape!
Yeah! Shadows of fate! Watch out! Watch out! Attack!
Taking a turn for the better.
Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered! Ha ha! Ha! Ha!
Watch out!
Mind
Not
the
every
side
wound
effects.
will heal!
Decided by destiny!
There is no escape! Yeah!
A proper send-off from the delved into destiny.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Coming at ya! Watch out!
Must burn!
Aha! Ow! Hey there! Ooh. Let me scry.
Embrace your searing reckoning!
Hey there!
Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! I never asked for redemption. Never.
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
Let me scribe. Coming at ya! Where did that come from? Ha. Watch out! Aha! Shine! Shadows of fate!
Mindless.
Insolent! The doctor will see you!
Remember, health comes first.
A proper send-out! There is no escape! Fate is upon you!
A bitter pill to swallow. This is nothing.
Torn to oblivion! Shine down! Attack! That's the way! Coming at ya! Coming at ya! Illusion shattered! The doctor will see you!
Taking a turn.
Coming at ya! Coming at ya! Fire! Well, written in the stars. Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! Delves into destiny! Proper send-up! I'm just coming at ya! Heave it! There is no escape! Shadows of fate!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Torn to oblivion! Shine down! There is no delved into death.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency.
Fire! Well, it was wrong. Decided by destiny. Yeah. Shadows of fate. Shine down. The doctor will see. Hey there! Let me sky! Fate is upon you!
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the best.
Proper send-up! From the Stina with umbrella warfare, I guess! Coming at ya! Tap! Now you shall perish! Shadows of fate, decided by destiny! Attack! That's the way. Umbrella warfare, I guess. Coming at you. Delve into death.
Mind the side effects.
Shine down. Torn to oblivion.
Remember, health comes first.
Attack! That's the way. That's it. Delved into destiny. This one's got your name on it. Hiya! Fire! Well, the will see. Shine down. Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered. Let me scry.
A bitter pill to swallow. Seems like an emergence.
Written in the stars. Watch out! This one's got your name on it. A proper send-up from this. Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! Ha!
Time itself is a silent song.
Can we play banker next time?
Exactly. But none of them believe me.
Time itself is a silent song.
An antique's value is in the eye of the
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water, transitory.
Time itself is a silent song.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
An antique's value is in the eye of the
Time itself is a silent song.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
There is no... Coming at ya! Shadows of fate! Hey there! Watch out!
Illusion shattered!
Fate is upon you!
Mind the side effect.
Fire! Well,
Taking a turn for the better. Yeah.
delve into destiny! Hey there! Attack! That's the way! Let me scry!
A bitter pill to swallow.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Delves into depth. Ridiculous. Hey there! Hey there! Hiya! Ha!
Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! Ha! Ha!
Written in the stars.
Seems like an emergency. Mind the side.
Hey there! Coming at ya! about the future.
Copy is right. No more free coffee for me.
I really want to go traveling. I don't mind where we go, as long as I have my friends with me.
Tale of love and hate from the Isle of Irenaeus. Read all about it. Watch out!
Well, if it isn't my...
That voice! It's Navia!
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding?
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of. Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson. Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some... Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment.
Whoa! Spoken like a true president! You're really
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always... So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off. And then, since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own hand.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind...
Oh, want to take a look?
Let Paimon see! This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried. I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later.
Well, now you know for now.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few. Worst comes to worst, I'll just...
So you're going to head back?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, lands, right? So we can near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats. All right, follow me. The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after...
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take us...
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed...
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying! The Aquabus is...
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head. But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, from what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That?
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't up...
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just...
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out. It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business.
Yeah, but those are just stories and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to but sometimes I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can... So, I will always associate the line. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward. Always. But no matter what, we can't change the past. But I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up. We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the...
Navia, do you think she's doing all right? Okay, Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot.
Hey there!
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of...
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. We did hand over some of Malouse's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been...
Thank you for the compliment, boss. As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuild. Mr. Malouse was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big...
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any...
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to...
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of but since my father was known as Callus the Unfaithful for the longest time... But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect...
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus, and everything they...
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble. Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more...
Hey, there's no need to be so humble.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that boss should have a...
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego... Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to... Thanks for the vote of confidence. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm...
We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me. Modeling a few poses, of course. Here. Didn't you say on the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than Florent. Let's grab some
You've got it, boss. I'll go
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas? Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of... So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new...
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
A happy pose? You mean some...
Would all that be able to...
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed...
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain...
Could one of you try striking a pose like... That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it, let's try something else.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
This pose... It makes me
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too... bold and heroic? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was...
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina...
Oh, Paimon was just kidding! But...
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alien. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else. Ah, by that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain in their first meet!
Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
But there's something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callus look too...
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see this.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be
Oh, okay. We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the... Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot... Oh, outfits! Oh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just... But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea, but I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So I did forget something important after all.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up right away.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for—
We could have just done that from the start. Yeah, you're right. They'll have some.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Huh?
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Marib—
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became— You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a well—
It's good to have you back, Coulter.
And
let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rose, but looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the—
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean?
Have you not heard anything at all about the water from the primordial—
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more.
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me—
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before.
yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her. Wait, now you suddenly resist taking a dig at Paimon?
Nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to— Oh, that reminds me. Where are
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right?
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the—
Luce and Melissa. Luce. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran in—
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early—
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay. All of this, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. It's unconscionable to have received all that.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire sin— We finally closed the—
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us—
Romu?
Not a name—
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal— Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the court of Fontaine and the Fontaine research— Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the— But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left.
And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely—
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune—
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then
Oh, yeah. It eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also. But on the matter of the aquabus, even
I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeo...
I think the aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial...
So, they thought she had betrayed? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator... Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish.
So that's what...
From that point on, Romeo and his people cut ties with the Spina. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeo had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeo's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard.
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform. Want to come with me again, you two?
Of course.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
We really...
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stretch...
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods. Then Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse. Oh, I know. I was just...
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want...
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Nav?
Yep. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Okay. Seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two... Oh, would you? Oh, but it would...
We should contribute to making the macaron too! Don't worry, we cook out in the wild.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers...
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for,
Great. Then I'll prep the stove.
This one's got your name on it!
There is no...
Fire! Well, with rocks.
Ah, how did it go? You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as...
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so... I see. Is that why?
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed. I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every...
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water, in celebration of this moment.
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing?
May your travels go smoothly, may the Spina continue to grow, and may our friendship last until the end of time.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
Think about it. There'll be an extra fee for that.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for complete.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
There'll be an extra fee for that. I'll think about it.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourself?
So you're Linny. And where's your sister? Save us the trouble and go fetch her for.
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister! Who sent you, huh?
Save your questions, missy. You ain't gonna need answers where you're going. Capiche?
Looks like we can't. Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready.
Don't worry, we got...
Shine down! Let me scry!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Hey there! This one's got your name on it! Coming at ya!
Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Vision wielders are always trouble. Intimidation ain't gonna work like it did on the lady.
Come on, let's scram!
Hey, wise guys! We ain't through with the... Oh, they got away! Did you catch what they said? Just sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. And they've already done it to someone else. You're right. She was injured when we saw her yesterday, and maybe she was too scared to tell us the truth because...
Well, if that's the case, she should be more willing to Let's head back to the cafe and see if we can get...
Illusion shot!
The doctor was stealing.
Taking a turn.
Delved into destiny. Decided by destiny.
Watch out! Hey there! Attack! That's the way. Now!
Shine down!
Mind the side effect.
Umbrella warfare, I guess! A proper send-off! From the Spina with love. This one's got your name on it! Hey there!
Fate is upon you!
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes.
Fire! Well, with love. Watch out!
Let me scribe.
Mind the side effects.
Attack! That's the way. Hup.
Shadows of fate.
The doctor was stealing.
Illusion shattered. There is no escape.
Mind the side effect.
Attack! That's the way. Coming at ya! Cha! Hey there!
Illusion shattered.
A bitter pill to swallow. Seems like an emergency.
Delved into destiny.
Watch out! Hey there! Watch out! Hey there!
Shadows of fate, decided by destiny.
A proper send-off from the Spina with love. Hiya! Ha!
Illusion shattered!
Coming at ya! A proper send-off from the Spina.
The doctor was seen.
Taking a turn for the better.
Hey there! Ha! Coming at ya!
Let me scry. Scry the sky. Delve into destiny, written in the stars. Watch out!
Bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
Attack! That's the way. Feeling lucky?
There is no escape!
Shadows of fate.
A proper send-off from the Spina with love. Hey there!
Torn to oblivion!
inside of all tasks have been handed out. Wow, Leo has really got a lot going for it.
Try something new at the one.
What should I try this time?
Delve into destiny.